We're live? All right, hello and welcome to Lansing Eastern Stadium on a beautiful day for soccer. Couple minutes behind here, getting our technical difficulties straightened out, but you have not missed any soccer if you're just tuning in. The captains are at midfield sorting out the coin toss. I'm Josh Pugh, and I've got a special guest this afternoon up in the booth.
Josh, it is so good to be here with you on this afternoon of such a big game. First versus second, Lansing Common defending its home field.
Yes, indeed. Introduce yourself to the people, Jesse.
Jesse Goldberg-Stressler here at Josh's side, just trying to pick up the tools of the trade and take notes as we go.
Jesse is a professional broadcaster from down the street with Lansing's minor league baseball team, the Lugnuts. Jesse's going to be working a doubleheader, as they would say in baseball today, as he is with us for the first 45. And then at halftime, he's going to head down the street over to, what's the stadium called these days?
Jackson Field.
Jackson Field, no longer Cooley Law School Stadium, although we think fondly of the days of Cooley Law School Stadium, hosting soccer games in downtown Lansing. But we are so excited to be here for, as Jesse said, just a huge game of biblical proportions here between the top of the table, Lansing Common Football Club, and the second place, Goshen City. Lansing 4 points clear. Last year saw two humdingers between these two as Lansing went down the road to Goshen, took 3 points off the hosts down there on their natural grass field at Goshen College, and then returned for the home leg. Saw 2 red cards, both shown to the visitors. Despite finishing with 9 men, Goshen finished atop the standings at the end of last season, and they finished atop the scoreboard at the end of that game. And so we're going to be hopeful for no red cards. Certainly that neither team will finish today with 9 men. And we're going to be hopeful to see just a lot of back and forth scoring action this afternoon as the World Cup is happening alongside. So we hope you're with us maybe on 2 screens, looking at multiple games of soccer as Lansing gets ready for their traditional kick deep to the corner here. Damien Adai getting ready for the big kick here to start this game. .5:07 p.m. and we're off. Damien kicks it down into the corner. Goshen will throw. Looked like it was over the end line to me, but the refs say that's a throw-in. The Robins force it out. We've got another throw-in coming to Goshen as soon as we recover the ball.
But what a chance for a statement for the Robins. Brent Sorg has said, right, this is his best team. Atop the division, so a chance to say to the defending champs, here is what we're laying down this year.
That's right, and no stranger, actually, Club President Eric Walcott sent me a screenshot of a local TV article from exactly a year ago that showed the Robins were in exactly the same position with exactly the same record 12 months ago as the ball goes out for a Goshen corner. A great crowd has joined us at Eastern Stadium today, enjoying the shade in front of our vantage point up here in the booth, as Goshen will once again try to find a ball as the ball kid is chasing the one that went further afield and line up for this corner kick.
Well, the crowd has set the atmosphere early.
Yes, indeed. The supporters have certainly not missed the memo and set the tone for this one as the ball comes in. Damien Adai on the ball. Goshen will try back in the box, and Vaus Papadudis says, no problem. Goshen runs out in what looks like a 4-4-2. They got twin strikers at the top of the formation. They do. We're appreciative of the Goshen coach for being really specific with his positioning, enabling us to get a little bit of insight into the way the visitors line up. As the Robins will start their traditional high press here as Extreme Hauk applies a little bit of pressure to Jose Saldivar.
This is something we wanted to watch, as the Robins enjoy dominating possession, right? So how do the Maple Leafs get themselves established early?
That's right on. And Brent Sorg with this edition specifically has sought to really apply a lot of pressure, as you're seeing right now, as Owen Resch gives chase to the keeper, Mr. Ben Ken. Goshen coach screaming instruction to his defenders, very specifically even, as the ball goes back to Spence Powell. And he will knock it back to Faust. Not surprising, a little bit of conservative play on both sides as both sides seek to sort of feel each other out. This is certainly the most full strength that the Robins have been in a few weeks, as they were dealing with some starters doing some training in Costa Rica for the last couple weeks. Also had a couple of injuries, and just guys enjoying our beautiful Michigan summer and being unavailable on vacations.
Go out and find some water.
That's right. Plenty of that, especially in the upcoming July 4th holiday, when we typically try not to play any games. Got to steer clear of the lug nuts. That's their window, although not this year, Jesse.
No, not at all.
Very disappointing that was the hand dealt to Lansing by the schedulers. One July 4, our inaugural season saw a very memorable afternoon game against Detroit City FC here at Eastern Stadium, followed by a July 4th evening game over at the Lugnuts. I don't remember the result of that one. That was in 2021.
The result was probably fireworks.
Always is.
But this year, yeah, the baseball team is going on the road from the 29th of June through, what, July 16th?
Wild. Not the kind of gap you typically see in minor league baseball scheduling, although not uncommon to Lansing Common and to the soccer schedule, which is a little bit more esoteric. Foul call, and Amir Shetia knocks it in, back to Spence Powell.
It's the second time that Owen Resch, leading the pressure, has led to a turnover.
You will see, as you do right now, Jason Janowski playing out of that right wing position, but leading sort of the tip of the spear. You will see those three midfielders and then Extreme Hauk playing striker really be interchangeable, as these are four young men who have spent a lot of time growing up together, playing together around the Lansing and Jackson areas. Goshen tries to go quick and then slows down. Big switch from number 10. And they do find somebody on the other end of that. A little bit of a dangerous run here. Jack Heald says no problem, but unable to turn it over. Excellent, excellent work by Amir Shetia. Maybe gets a little bit too greedy and steers himself back into some trouble. Really, really nice team defending here by the Robins as Rourke Watterson then dribbles right back into trouble and turns it over.
There's just no room. There's just so much traffic as they all pinch down. And as you were saying, with the familiarity and the communication, and also with a much healthier squad, just getting everybody back there, and you can see on the back end.
It is also a very familiar squad to Lansing Common fans. A lot of these guys have been on the team 3 or even 4 years. Which is going to only increase that chemistry even if they're not playing together during the school year. And that leads to, as you said, Brent Sorg saying this is the strongest edition of this club that he's seen, as Owen Resch getting ready to do a little dicey slicey here. Went with a cross there. Ben Ken steps up and says no problem, and the attack is back on for the Maple Leafs.
It's been a couple of times, though, where Resch has shown the advantage on the left side.
He's taken a tremendous step this year. He had a late goal at 1927 in Fort Wayne and probably could have added 2 or 3. Cross into the box by Goshen, and absolutely nobody home for that. The big ball gets touched by Extreme Hauk over to Jason Janowski. Extreme says, I'm by myself here. I'm going to try to turn it back, and turns it over.
There's been a couple of times where Goshen City has challenged the physicality of Heald and of Adai, and Heald and Adai have stood strong.
You are likely going to continue to see that from both of them. Jack Heald, probably our best non-defender defender, if I may.
Well, right from the start of the game, right from the
Yep.
kickoff and the opening throw, he already was sending a message.
Getting ready to enter the 9th minute. We mentioned Extreme Hawk, who Lansing Common fans are very familiar with. Jesse, what's the best name that you've had the pleasure of calling a game with a player with just a really spectacular, memorable name?
The couple that immediately jump out are the doubled names. We had a Jose,
Yes.
and we had a Henry. I love the names where it just rolls off the tongue like a Make Shendon Kelk Boom.
Yep.
An Exicardo Kionis. There's just some names which we love in Lansing. The legend is Balbino Fuenmayor.
Baseball is very melodious in that way.
I'd
Not
say
just
that
with-
soccer is similar.
Yes, indeed. I would say the change to baseball in recent years that's made it the most like soccer would be the pitch clock. In terms of the game times are a lot more predictable and a little bit shorter now, much like soccer, as we know we will likely be in and out of here in 2 hours no matter what happens on the field.
Well, the whole idea is be productive with your play.
That's right.
Move things forward. Tough there for Janowski.
Heald saw a moment of danger as the Robins had a man advantage in that moment, tried to knock it over to Janowski and just went wide.
So far, we've seen a lot of comfort in the back end from Goshen City.
From both sides, I would say, continuing to, as we approach the 11th minute, continuing to sort of just try to feel each other out. Goshen has now a couple times gone for that $1 million cross instead of trying to make $1 and $5 deposits. A little bit of trickery there from Roberto Sanchez, one of the Twins strikers, who says pass with his eyes and tests Papadudis with his right leg. No harm, no foul there.
Well, it's such a good reaction by Papadudis.
He has been just an absolute gift this year. A spectacular keeper. Quite a few of those. Jackson Kiska backing him up today was the starter at St. Norbert out in Minnesota for the school year. A local kid in Kiska has brought a lot of quality to the squad, and when Vaus has been unavailable, has stood strong and delivered in those moments.
How securing is that for the back line? That you know, whoever's back there, whoever's your keeper, you can trust.
It's incredibly important as a center back myself to be able to have that sort of rapport with a keeper. I just went in 2025 a full year of having to cobble together backup keepers, including often myself, and finding in 2026 for my rec league, beer league soccer team, a full-time actual goalkeeper has been a big stress reliever. And you know, these guys probably haven't had to play with an outfield player between the sticks very often, but no doubt Vaus has brought professionalism and calm to that back position, and the backups have done so as well, as he will snuff this one out. Quick turn, Extreme finds Owen Resch. Owen finds some space. He's got Rourke on the left side. He's got Extreme down the center. They've got Jason down the right. Excellent, excellent work by Flavio Cruz to snuff that one out. Wearing the captain's armband today in the left back position. Flavio calls for the ball back as the attack was a little bit overextended there, and they are once again going to try to switch the field. Number 6 with the ball right now, Saldivar, is a center midfielder who tucks back into that center back position when in possession. A little bit of an interesting twist from the Goshen staff.
Watching Eli Simones and Roberto Sanchez out high, trying those curls, trying to get deep.
Great work by Amir there, coming over.
It's, as you said, just trying to take the top off the defense from Goshen City.
It is, it's a lot harder to stack up wins and stack up goals by trying to make million-dollar passes. Especially against a side with as much quality as the home side has today. Gomez trying the throw. Defense all over him. Jack Heald can carry. He's got space, finds Extreme. Extreme's got some space. Got a little bit too ambitious with that one, but it's back in the hands of the Robins. Spencer Powell finds Amir. Amir resets, back to Powell. Goshen trying to press a little bit more now as Sanchez trying to interrupt that connection between Damian and Spence. Amir falls down, unable to get to the cross from Rourke. Goshen back on the front foot.
It's been a couple of times as of late. We haven't seen the Robins' possession last all that long. So they've been pressed back defensively, the majority recently, and staying strong.
There have been a couple mistakes, I agree. The thing about the conditions today is they are absolutely perfect, and this is probably the first time all year we've been able to say that. The wind is not bad. The temperature is maybe a little hot if you're going to be running around for 90 minutes, but just about ideal, and not having to think about that can be a challenge in its own right. Not having to judge the wind, not having to think about the cool air, or maybe the rain. Last away game at the Holland Rovers, a torrential downpour had just come through, so it was perfect conditions except for on the playing surface where it was a little damp. Goshen trying to call for a handball on Extreme there.
Field conditions do matter somewhat.
How does weather impact the crowds for the Lugnuts? Do people like 90 degrees? Do they prefer in the 70s?
People prefer the nicer the day, the better. Maybe a nice breeze. People take a look outside and go, not today.
We find the calendar has almost as much to do with the weather, as we've got a great crowd here today, but it often can take fans a few weeks to remember that we exist. In May, even if the stakes were just as high and the weather was just as good, we would be unlikely to see a crowd this good. And today, with Lansing Pride happening down the street, tens of thousands of people out there, a Lugnuts game happening later today, just thrilled to see people out and enjoying this weather and enjoying some good soccer. Turn him over, and Rourke unable to sustain possession, but forces the ball out of bounds off of Goshen, as Amir will step up for this throw-in and go back to Spence.
That is the key, right? High quality Midwest Premier League soccer, but just getting more and more people out to Lansing.
That's right. And outside and doing things in community with each other. That's what this club's all about. And I know you're a big believer in that as well, Jesse.
Very much so.
Great ball. Doesn't quite meet Jack Heald where he's at making that run, but he's able to catch up to it anyway.
He adjusted to the deflection.
Saw Owen Resch unable to make the connection, and Goshen's headed back. A little bit of an odd exchange there, and the flag goes up, and the hand points Goshen's direction, which is not what I saw, as Diego Gomez was kicking at the ball from a seated position and knocked it out there, but the ref says nope. Joshua Cruz with the ball, and he was unlocked there by a nice short pass by Maxime Brigion.
Do we know if Joshua Cruz and Flavio Cruz are any relation?
We have no idea, but I am delighted by the French-Canadian influence of Maxime Brigion on this Goshen roster. Close ties on this roster of Goshen City to Goshen College, as well as throughout the organization, as the coaching staff has coaching jobs, coaching soccer at Goshen College, and other organizational staff work for the college as well, as the referee calls it out of bounds off the Robins. We will see a deep throw-in from Goshen.
What a job by Josh Angel Craven. Closed out in a hurry.
Yes, indeed. Forcing Goshen to recycle here. Continuing to look for that big kick, big switch. Robins forced him to play simple. Their coach for Goshen probably appreciates that. Angel Craven says back to Vaus. Vaus tries to find Resch with a big ball. Resch is not able to win it, but Damien on the second ball. A lot of chatter from the Goshen bench as Owen Resch ends up on his back.
Just to go back to Vaus Papadudis, for all that we've seen Goshen control, there's really only been one time that they tested him.
He has not been stressed, that's for sure. As assistant coach Todd Derby approaches the fourth official to ask some probing questions about the interplay on that last one.
Well, in general, we've seen Goshen go down fairly easy, and the referee has just said play on, and that's when you start to really hear that bench, and that's when the physicality ramps.
I would say, to my eye, the fouls and possession has been about 50-50. The referee has not seen it that way. Damien Adai forces a turnover on the big ball there, right into the waiting feet of Josh Angel Craven, who finds Jason Janowski with a long line pass. The AR overruled by the center official on that one.
Just to go back.
You love to see, but not very often.
Just to go back to Adai. The way that he shook his head afterward reminds me of in basketball, the center defending the rim. As Goshen said, he keeps on trying to go over the top, and Adai's going, no, stop trying me.
Rourke finds Amir out the left side. Amir with service into the box. Excellent work by Extreme. Sets up a shot from Heald that's deflected. Goshen captain on the ground rolling around as Heald might have got him with his follow through. But this will be a foul on the Robins. I believe that's Flavio Cruz wearing the armband, rolling around to the ground. He's covering his face, but I believe the contact was with the lower body. And based on the conversation happening between the head referee, the contact did not come from Jack Heald, but from Extreme Hauk.
One of those things where it was incidental.
The referee certainly agreed, as the card did not come out.
No.
But unfortunately, intent only matters in the severity of the, it only occasionally matters as to the severity. Intent does not matter in terms of whether it's a foul or not, and the ref said, sure, maybe it's incidental, but foul nonetheless.
Well, it's the intent versus impact.
That's right. A yes referee rings out from the Goshen bench. Not something you hear very often.
Well, if you want to stay on the referee's good side.
The free kick from a dangerous area for Goshen. They've got 2 men standing over it.
I mean, to my mind, that seems like they're practicing diplomacy.
One right-footed and one left-footed, I would say. Flavio Cruz seems to have recovered from his injuries. Ball comes into the box. Jason Janowski gets a head on it, and Goshen will reset. Another big ball results in, not sure whether that was a cross or a shot, but does not find either a shooter or the back of the net.
This is rough by Drenth.
The referee thought about reaching for his card there.
Here's the chance from before, just right across the face of goal.
We're going to get a chance of replay of this shot here. Oh my goodness!
Right. In this case, the intent and the impact was the same.
Oh, and rush to it, and it's cleared out. Oh my goodness! This this center referee is not from Michigan, which is rare. Typically, we've got a little bit of a personal relationship between many of the players and many of the coaches on the staff. This fellow's from West Virginia, and I don't know if they call fouls differently down there, but Diego Gomez came in with clear intent to take out Owen Resch there and did so. And,
Josh, that was dangerous.
Yeah, I would agree. Not unlike things that we've seen in the past from this Goshen side.
Well, from what we've seen with the escalation the last couple of minutes, this is where referees need to take charge of the game.
Coach Sorg, I did not witness the pregame speech, but I witnessed the notes for the pregame speech. One of his points of emphasis was staying in emotional control, as the coaching staff knew that Goshen was going to come in like this, and made sure to express to the home side that staying in control was necessary. As we have now an impromptu hydration break in this one. Jesse, little known fact for maybe newer soccer fans, the hydration breaks that we're seeing in the World Cup, often in air-conditioned buildings and the like, or in days that are a little bit cooler than this one, that's a new innovation. Typically a hydration break is up to the discretion of the officials, who can say if they're feeling a little bit tired or if they're seeing maybe tensions escalate, that we can take a mid-half break. Now, obviously, in the World Cup, it's got a little bit more to do with selling advertising. But here in the Midwest Premier League, we only take hydration breaks to break for hydration.
I mean, in my mind, as you say, this is a cooling off break.
That's right.
This is a mediation break. Get everybody's heads right.
Cooling off literally and figuratively.
Here's that last chance for Goshen City, and right across the front of goal. It's the right thought, and the Robins made sure to close things out. And then, this is back-to-back plays. Forearm shiver on the sideline. And then, like a dangerous tackle on the backside.
We enter the 28th minute, and you got to wonder how long it's going to take for another crunching tackle from Goshen, as the referee has done nothing to intervene to try to say, hey, knock that off.
Let me put a different topic on the table. We've seen a couple of excellent chances for the Robins as of late. One right in the center of the box, and then one where they came flying down the near side. While Goshen City is controlled, there's much more danger being presented by the Robins right now to the Goshen City defense.
That's right. That's right. Even if they're half chances, as Owen Resch comes out and shakes hands with Diego Gomez to say, hey, buddy, no big deal. Exhibiting some of that emotional control we know that Coach Sorg talked about in the pregame. As Goshen kicks things off to get us started in the second quarter here. Once again, trying to build slowly out of the back. Extreme coming in, applying some pressure, forcing the ball back to Mr. Ben Ken. Oh, about 90 seconds. From the return to the hydration break to the next Goshen foul.
Well, it's Diego Gomez again, right? It's Amir Shatai who gets taken out just going for the ball. It's the same player as it was before, and it's dangerous. It's not an attempt to go for the ball. So I love Spencer Powell over there just to steady things out, say, hey.
He tends to do that.
And force the run of play. And look out for your teammate. Amir Shatai, I would say, has played an excellent first half.
Yes, yes, indeed. And that is a key part of this Brent Sorg system. Those wing backs out of the back need to be able to go box to box and impact the game on the right side of the screen as well as the left. Spence trying for that big ball and nobody home to collect that. Goshen passing the ball back and forth along their back line.
Well, it lulls you to sleep a little. They've got Joshua Cruz on the left side. They've got Diego Gomez on the right side. And they're just looking for the seam.
And the supporters with their drum beat maybe saying, hey guys, pick it up.
Well, Jack Heald stepping in and saying, if you don't pick it up, I'll stop things right here.
Elijah Vu able to force a ball out that is a little bit dangerous. Excellent block by Spence. Ooh. Vu might have taken that one off the face.
He sure did.
Extreme, maybe trying something a little bit too extreme with that ball that ricochets around. No danger in that, as kind of an odd collision between the Joshua Cruz, the right winger for Goshen, and Papadudis there.
Well, once again, there's Damian Adai saying, I am making sure that you are not getting to this ball in front of my goalie.
Excellent header by Rourke to flick it up to Jason Janowski. And turned back over. Yeah, I'd say the difference in this game to this point has been either, call it a lack of quality from Lansing Common or a lot of quality from Goshen defensively. We've remarked before the Robins just unable to get any sort of sustained possession. And those half chances that they have created have often been snuffed out due to some defensive quality from the visitors.
Well, let's give Goshen City the credit that they have trapped the passing lanes.
Absolutely.
This is where there is that opening.
Oh boy, I don't know about that. Another questionable offsides call at Eastern Stadium. But what I was going to say is part of the interplay here. Goshen plays, I believe, in possession a 4-4-2, and so it's creating some interesting overloads in a way that the Robins haven't really seen much of this season. And so that formation change, it could. As Rourke knocks it ahead to extreme, he's in a foot race with the keeper for the ball and loses that foot race, unfortunately. A little bit too heavy of a touch from Rourke Waterston there.
But there's a glimmer there. There's that
That's right.
spark. Whether it's Hauk on the right side, whether it's Resch on the left side, there are chances down the sidelines.
Rourke Watterson out of the Jackson area plays high school ball at Parma West as Spence Powell gets shoved in the back and goes to the ground.
Anodize a brick wall in the defense.
Rourke Watterson hasn't played a ton of games because for Lansing Common because his club ball has been so good in the summer, and so he has been making deep runs with his club in the summer, which makes him unavailable for a lot of our games. But he is just a real spark for this offense when we've got him, and able to be dangerous on free kicks as well.
Josh, you understand the perils of success.
That's right. Especially in Summer League, when we're asking guys to volunteer with us when they're home from college in most cases.
When you get a moment. Sorry, guys, we won again. Boy, it's been a bruising first half for Shataya.
Yeah. And that is a player in Amir Shataya who, the reason that he's not made as many appearances in this squad as you would expect due to his quality the last few years, is he's been injured. And so you hate to see that, and you hope that he's able to make it through to his college season unscathed. So the ref stops play for a Goshen substitution as Keegan Troop will come into the game. He's listed as a right winger, so unsure if we will see a like for like with number 11 Joshua Cruz, or if they're going somewhere else. If I could see the front of that sign, I'd be able to tell you.
They're going to go somewhere else, because I can tell you that Cruz is staying in.
Going in number 18, Keegan Troop. Subbing out number 16, Hayden Clark.
And Hayden Clark, one of those twin strikers atop the formation. Not a name we've said a lot in the first 35 minutes, and shakes his head as he's pulled off.
Well, hence why he's coming off.
You hear their song. It's time to get loud and show your team spirit for a chance to win free food from Eastside Fish Fry and Grill, proud sponsor of Lansing Common FC.
Another half chance for Goshen turns into nothing as the ball into the box finds a Lansing Common Robin, and Joey Farhat warming for the home side. And the red number on that sign is Jason Janowski's. So Joey Farhat going in probably to that holding midfielder position that Elijah Vu has been playing alongside Jack Heald, and then Vu will slide up to the right wing to replace Janowski.
Just looking for a little bit more offensive control.
Joey is somebody who is consistently in the starting 11, but just got back from a few weeks training in Costa Rica. So probably not a surprise to Joey that he sat the first 35 just to make sure that we're not pushing him the full 90 after that.
A little Pura Vida.
Fun little opportunity for a few of our players to go down to Latin America and train.
And hey, if you can take in the rainforest while you're there, you can see a sloth.
I didn't flip through all the Instagram photos, but I know the beach was involved.
Why not?
Sustained possession for Goshen here, not resulting in anything as the ball dribbles out for a Lansing Common throw. Ref will stop for a Lansing Common sub and a Goshen sub in the 38th minute.
Lansing Common substitution going in number 6, Joey Farhat.
And this is a lot of substitutions early
Subbing out number 7, Jason Janowski.
for a Goshen side that only brought 7 subs, and one of those a keeper, without having a ton of background into this Goshen side. You wonder whether they're going to go deep into that or whether these are first half subs meant to set up a return for the starters who exited. Because, of course, in the Midwest Premier League this year, if you sub out in the first half or at halftime, you are eligible to return to the match later. And so might be some gamesmanship with the subs there from the Goshen coaching staff.
I think that's an excellent point by you. We talked about it. This is number 1 versus number 2. And so right now we're just setting the stage for what we expect to be a highly compelling second half.
And legs tend to enter the equation, especially when you're driving in your own car 2+ hours from Goshen, Indiana. Not an ideal pregame activity, even for college guys. Another turnover by Goshen. And Amir says, I got this one. Trying to push up the line, and Jack Heald makes it easy for him. Big ball over the top, but nobody there, and it drops out harmlessly for a Goshen throw. A little indecision about where they're going with this one. They're going to go simple. Rourke in a dogfight and gets kicked by Jose Saldivar. And the referee will stop the match for an injured Rourke Watterson, who gets up and gives a little pat on the back to Mr. Saldivar. The center referee is making some hand signals to the trainer and to the... the center referee is indicating that Rourke got hit in the head. Undergoing some concussion testing from our U of M Health Sparrow trainer there on the sideline. So the Robins will play down a man as the ball comes back in.
That's something I never mind. Just be a little cautious. And everything appears to be above board.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially when the brain is involved, best to err on the side of caution. As Rourke and the trainer signal that he is ready to come back in. But we got to wait for a stoppage for that, as Jack Heald kicks the ball way up in the air. And Rourke is allowed to re-enter before the stoppage and applies some pressure that forces a pass back to the Goshen keeper.
Nearly like a hockey player coming out of the box. Get a rush on.
He took full advantage of his position on the field there. Joey Farhat wins the ball cleanly, but the screams of agony from the Goshen player who got decleated, number 20, Eli Simones, earn the whistle from the ref a couple seconds after the collision. Jack turns him over, finds Rourke Watterson. Rourke finds some space with a little nifty 360 move. Back to Jack. Jack picks up on the pressure coming on his back, and the ball goes back to Vaus Papadudis, who's getting a lot of pressure from number 7.
Which leads to the turnover.
Jack Heald with a little bit of a shove in the back that goes uncalled by the referee, and then Goshen retaliates, and the referee calls the foul, and the Robins will go quickly. Jack's still sitting on the ground.
Missed the first one, caught the second.
No doubt. Very strange deflection there. Caused a moment of heart palpitations for Vaus Papadudis, but the ball trickles wide and out of bounds. No problem.
That's a goal kick. It's Spencer Powell with the tackle and the pinball. But just to get back to it, we have not seen a lot of prolonged possession by the Robins.
No doubt, not at all.
And so that's something that they could really use right now.
Yep.
Take care of that ball, find their shape, and then find the answers.
A little bit more quality definitely needed in this.
Hey, flood the left side.
And I would say halftime, a couple minutes away. It's a good time for the Robins as long as we can make it through these last couple seconds with no referee calling a handball on somebody. Not sure why he stopped there, as he could have awarded advantage to the Robins, but I think the pause was a good thing at that moment, as the 1-2 gets a little too excited and the ball goes out again.
Hey, referee's assistant was right on it.
But the ball was off Goshen, so Lansing will retain possession. Okay. Damian Adai coming way up in the formation to take this, what will be a long throw in. Spencer Powell in the box, preparing for the header. Connects with it. Amir with the diving flying kick. The referee is whistling a lot, and appears a Goshen player is going through some discomfort.
It's Diago Gomez. He just took a shot, just incidental, right on the leg as he booted it away.
Successfully earning the foul call. The Goshen coach seems to be complaining that he had to play ball kid. Which is always an interesting complaint from the visitors who don't provide ball kids at their home grounds. Damian getting a little too cute with this one. Able to steer out of it.
Or perhaps he was the right amount of cute.
Hey, I'm not one to argue with the result, but that was a little nervy.
Josh, this has been a joy to be with you, although I think that a lot more commentary has been provided on the sideline.
I agree. I've been having a blast as we approach halftime. I believe the fourth official either has 2 or 3 fingers up, sorry, to indicate to the coaching staff the amount of extra time we will see. But it is truly in the hands of the center official at this point, as we have crossed the 45-minute mark. Lansing creating some danger. Tackle did not dispossess, but the aftermath did. Big ball from Goshen. Won by the Robins, second ball won by the Leafs.
I think that both teams will have plenty to talk about at the break.
Yes, indeed.
One of them will have to be, you cannot let your thoughts turn toward the officials.
Yeah.
Because I think that, the officiating aside, this has lived up to its billing as first place versus second place.
That's right.
To evenly matched teams.
It's been about as exciting as a 0-0 half of soccer could be. Goshen with the big ball, and unfortunately Damian plays the second right into the hands of the attack.
So he cleans it up.
Cleans it up with
to the parking lot.
A huge clearance to the parking lot.
It's going to beat the traffic.
Ball kid looking a little disappointed that he's now got to chase that one.
But the main matchup, right, has been Goshen City's offense against Lansing Common's defense. The field has been balanced in one direction. It's been weighed down to the right.
No doubt.
And yet still, there's that chance here toward the end of the half.
When Resch goes one-on-one with a kid that's looks to be bigger than him.
Beautiful.
Finds Rourke, but Rourke did not go for goal, and it gets blocked. Extreme was offsides there, and there goes the flag and the whistle.
This was something, though, in the opening couple of minutes we saw with Owen, that left side, that he could do some damage.
Dicey
this here
slicey, the coffee boys call it.
But once again here, he is manufacturing things. He's making something with something exciting start to happen, just trying to get the crowd more involved.
He was not with us at the beginning of this season, perhaps a little late coming from Messiah University back to Lansing for the summer, but has really come on strong down the stretch here. Jack Heald with a great win, weaving through defenders, as this will likely be the last attack of the game. Vu on the ball, but Goshen defender coming in strong. Vu thought he earned a throw-in. And the Robins earn a free kick and a yellow card shown.
That had to be whistled.
Moments of the half.
Had to be. And what an opportunity this is.
Yeah, no doubt. Could be the last kick here. Yeah, just cleaned him right out. Eli Simonas for Goshen. And Keegan Troop doing what any good defenders do and start lining up their wall a little too close. Ref backs him off. Rourke Watterson standing over this one, as well as Amir Shataya. Amir goes in the box. That's a corner. No, it is not. It's halftime. Robins complain. I think we were at about 3 or 4 minutes of extra time, so not much by my eye, but you always hate to see a corner taken away. A great half of soccer, back and forth. Going to be a barn burner of a halftime speech. I can't wait to hear it. We're going to be back here in 15 minutes, but before we break, I'm going to say thanks so much to Jesse Goldberg-Strasser for joining us for this first half. He's got to head down the road to Jackson Field, call the Lugnuts tonight, but we really appreciate it, Jesse. Thank you.
Hey, such a pleasure to keep you company. Thank you.
Back in 15, fans. Welcome back to the second half at Lansing Eastern Stadium. We had a little shift change, as I warned you at halftime. Everybody say hi to intern Michaela Mazza.
Hello, hello everyone. Yeah, you know, some people are thinking Jesse's voice sounds a little bit higher, sounds a little bit different, but here we are, ready to go.
A little less baseball talk in the second half, but that's okay because there'll be plenty of soccer to talk about in the second half as both teams went back and forth, back and forth. Goshen's head coach having a long conversation with the center referee at halftime, and Goshen ready to roll the ball out and let's go.
I'm sure you talked a lot. Did you talk with Jesse at all about the game last year, kind of?
We did.
You
we
did? Yep.
And yes, so the tenor and tension in this one is certainly no surprise. We will see that continue, I am sure. And so some of what you heard at halftime from Coach Sorg and the staff was just control what you can control. Don't get mad at the ref. Don't swear at the ref. And stay in emotional control, which was something we talked about in the first half as well, as that was one of the stress points in that first half as Goshen goes for a big one. A reminder to the players as well that we will probably see reflected in the second half is that Goshen desperately needs a result from this one. They are chasing Lansing Common in the standings, 4 points back through the same amount of games, and so a draw here is just fine for the Robins. It is not fine for Goshen, and so you're going to continue to see this game open up as Goshen commits a handball and is called for it, and we're likely to see some fun soccer this afternoon that hopefully goes the way of the good guys.
It's such a great match between, you know, top 1 and 2. It's exactly, you know, the kind of level of soccer that you're looking for in the league.
Just about the highest quality 0-0 half of soccer I've ever seen.
Yeah. It really looked like, kind of in the first half, that everyone was sort of deadlocked. Neither team could really get things through the middle of the pitch, so I'm interested to see if, you know, what kind of changes are going to be made here. Another ball broken up there.
Yeah, that was pinballing around between both teams as Lansing goes for the long one. And the second one, Elijah Vu put it right there for Extreme.
Extreme was ready for that one, charging at the goalkeeper, but, you know, may have tripped him up a little bit.
I think Owen Resch stepped on the keeper there. Head referee running in. No card shown. Unclear if it'll be a foul, as it will otherwise be a Lansing Common throw-in. Wind's a little different this week. Smelling the smoke from across the way that the supporters just lit off.
That we are.
It is a Lansing Common throw-in, so no foul on the footstep there.
Damien is ready to do another one of those long throw-ins. So hard to defend.
Jack Heald was there waiting for it, but popped out by Goshen. Damien defends it well, keeps it bottled up. It's a Goshen throw. Turnover. Owen Resch on the ball. Dribbles out of a triple team. He's got the overlap from Elijah Vu. Finds him. Vu earns a corner for Lansing.
This is already kind of more offensive generation than
indeed.
we've seen, you know, just in the first half alone, in the first, what, two minutes of the second half?
Vu standing over the corner that he earned. Getting ready to knock it in with his left foot. Into the box. Just a little too high for Extreme. Goshen wins the second, but Rourke Watterson on the third. Finds Jack Heald. Jack with a diagonal ball that heads over the end line for a goal kick.
Honestly, that's just more of what we want to see, just shooting on target, but in general, just shooting the ball. A lot of the times, like, you know, once you get your foot on the ball and you just take a shot, you know, you build up that confidence throughout those different attempts.
Verticality, something that fans of the U.S. men's national team heard Greg Berhalter talk about a lot 4 years ago. Apologies for the no trigger warning on that one. Throw-in goes Goshen's way. Goshen plays negative, as we saw them do a lot in the first half. As Michaela said, probably expecting a little less of that this half, especially as they start to chase the game. Really long searching ball, and shoulder in the middle of Damian Adai's back earns a foul. He laughs about it with Spencer Powell and prepares to take the long free kick. Trying to find Owen Rush.
Just interesting on that long ball. You could just hear the wind just pushing that ball all the way back. Couldn't get it over the head of the Goshen defenders.
But a positive result as they earn a throw-in on that. Amir earning a clearance from the defense. Amir, one of the most heated players in the locker room, encouraging his teammates to just play our game, play the way we know how to play. Damian sidesteps a defender, goes for goal. It's blocked, back to Damian. One attacker, unable to win the foot race with Spencer Powell, who knocks it way out of bounds. Fortunately for the Goshen head coach, the ball kid has returned to his station on that side of the field. Elijah Vu with a clear, but unable to keep possession. Another big switch from Goshen. Able to control this one. That's Amir Shataya defending, forcing the backward pass. Goshen settles back into the familiar three-back pass around. This long ball finds somebody, a dreadful touch from Joshua Cruz, sees it over the goal line for a goal kick.
What's going to be really interesting to see as the minutes continue on is what is this heat going to be doing for these players? The Robins really haven't been pressing too much up high because they don't want to get exhausted too early in the match, but you know, it'll be interesting to see if kind of that gas is out of the tank or if they'll have a lot left that they didn't use earlier in the game to hopefully knock one by the keeper in the coming minutes here.
Lansing also with a full complement of subs for this one. A very strange exchange there as Goshen's Eli Simones kind of half-heartedly flops to the ground.
Yeah, it was very strange. You know, the big thing here too is going to be everybody, like you said earlier, keeping your emotions in control. That was a big thing in the last time that these two teams played against each other. You know, the Robins just couldn't kind of come back after that like scuffle in the middle of the field, and you know, it showed.
Goshen's coach now being warned by the fourth official to get back into his coaching box, and he exchanges words with the fourth and then declines to follow the instruction.
That's good work by Extreme,
yes.
getting in front of that Goshen player there.
Didn't win the ball, but did force the pretty bad big ball from them that went out of bounds, back to Lansing for a goal kick. Just love watching the many animated head coaches in this league as Goshen's head coach again leaves his box to go have a conversation with the fourth official. Damian won the ball there, and okay. Keegan Troop shoves him down and then steps over him.
He needs a little bit of help there from those other Robins in that kind of situation. There's, you know, like 3 other players kind of around him, triple teaming him, and he has nowhere to go except through someone. And, you know, that's when those kind of different challenges happen and you see someone get hurt.
Been a lot of that in this game. Coach Brent Sorg just reminding his team to play simple. Just short passes, play the way you're facing. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to get too crazy. And certainly you saw Damian trying to be the hero there. Very, very low percentage shot there from Joshua Cruz. Didn't look like it was quite on frame, but deflected away by Papadudis there. Meaning Goshen will line up for a corner.
That was a really nice through ball.
Yeah.
There. Another lefty corner over here.
The outswinger getting lined up, so you see the majority of the attackers towards the top of the 18. Ball in.
Ooh.
That was really, really excellent work by the tall guy that ran in there. Unable to quite get on top of it and bring it down on frame.
Sailed just over the crossbar.
Miguel Lorenzo sprints back to his center back position. Not sure if Damian's still a little sore, but that was not his best effort. I am not sure what just happened.
Me either. There's been a lot of heys.
So I believe some Goshen fans were making some noise. It seemed like it was centered on Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Goshen throw back in. Lansing wins the first. Extreme blocks it for a Goshen throw. Extreme getting a little cheeky here. I hope he keeps his head.
Yeah.
This is the kind of game where you are likely to see a silly card that might have an impact on the outcome.
Right, especially he's one of those players that shows up in really big moments for the Robins when they need him.
Yeah. Corner earned there by Owen Resch, who beat his man so soundly that he attempted to slide tackle him from behind with no angle on the ball. Hate to see that, but love to see a clean ending of the play and a Robins corner.
Really, the Robins just need to keep taking these 1v1s as they can get them, because oftentimes it'll result in a corner or even a shot.
Corner's in. Oh. Jack Heald thought the goal mouth was 50 feet wide on that one.
I really would have liked to see Extreme get a touch on that ball too. It
That
looks like
was
it took just a kind of bounce around him and then over to Jack Heald.
That was a real dangerous one bouncing through the box there, but not enough Robins to get on the end of it. The defensive pressure continues for the Robins. Goshen opting for the long ball again. Angel Craven wins the race to the ball, heads it out for a Goshen throw. Goshen substitutes have now assumed the role of ball kid. Really great defense by Joey Farhat, but Goshen able to steer out of it. Crosses in. Beautiful head out by Spence Powell. Very, very, very solid and brave individual defending in that.
Yeah, a diving header is not something that you see every day, especially in your own 18 there.
Unless your name is Spence Powell. Bouncing ball settles at the feet of Goshen's number 18, Keegan Troop, and he sends in a harmless shot. The too fancy back heel from Goshen again. This time creates no danger. Papadudis picks this one up as the pressure was coming.
That giveaway there, I think that might be the second or maybe even the third time that those kind of long ball giveaways just go to no one. They go to Goshen, and you know that's not exactly what you want to see. You want to be able to build that possession, get it to a player, and be able to feed it upwards and outwards. But you know those long balls, it's just a temporary fix.
Oh, Damian goes down, holding his leg. The attack is up. Sends it high. Joshua Cruz there, probably the most dangerous player for Goshen tonight. Damian's getting worked on for some cramps, and Vaus also getting worked on for some cramps. Michaela, I don't know if you heard this in Saugatuck, but later in the game, Vaus called for something like a Gatorade or something with sugar. So cramping, not unfamiliar to the Robins starting keeper as the trainer comes out to look at Damian Adai.
I remember that. He said that the referee did not believe him that he was cramping up and told him to get up. It was unfortunate timing for Vios to have a cramp. It was minutes winding down.
Some of Goshen's reserve players just got up from their seats in the grandstand and headed for the locker room as Lansing Common and Goshen will play a reserve friendly after this game here at Eastern Stadium. Again, kind of an interesting approach by Goshen's coaching staff to only dress 7 substitutes for this important league match, even as they've got reserve players sitting in the stands.
Right, you can see their players right now using the cooler that we give them, kind of showering themselves in water because it is so hot out here, especially on that turf.
You think it's ever 78 degrees in Goshen, Indiana? I bet it is.
Probably.
They do play on natural grass down there, and I will tell you from experience, this turf field at Eastern Stadium does reflect the heat. Something nasty, especially when it's a hot one and the UV index is high like it is today.
It's the worst when you're, running on the turf and you can feel like your shoes heating up, like your feet are on fire.
Yeah, not pleasant.
Especially with black cleats on, the darker uniforms as well. Damian is off the pitch now, hopefully stretching out, taking care of those cramps, and hopefully we'll be able to get back out there.
Vaus also cramping again as the trainer runs out to him.
He was complaining about cramps earlier before kind of pre-game. He was complaining of just some pain in his calves. So I'm wondering if that's what we're dealing with here.
Jackson Kiska getting warm. Unknown if he'll be needed.
We'll be seeing, you know, a good few minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, not sure we'll get a hydration break in this half after this impromptu one comes as we cross into the 66th minute. Lansing Common has played a number of memorable matches here, and it seems like the biggest ones, something really weird always happens, eh, Scott? The Goshen game last year obviously saw the visitors equalize and then win the game well down 2 men.
Yep.
Yeah, Vaus now needing help to get off the pitch, so we will certainly see Jackson Kiska enter the match for the Robins. Already did the Jackson Kiska preview in the first half with Jesse, as we chatted about how he has been a rock solid backup. This club has not missed a beat with the backups between the sticks.
Yep, very true. All of them practice together, train together, are very good friends. You know, there's a lot of camaraderie there. Bios looks to be in some pain. You can see him grimacing a little bit as he walks off, so hope he's okay.
Now getting looked at by Mikey Costaglanis, impromptu member of the coaching staff and training staff today. As Kiska lines up to take this goal kick. Amir calling for the ball.
I think Kiska said, "Nope, you just push up."
And we are off. Owen Resch deposited to the turf, and the ref takes a long look before saying play on.
That was a really nice trap by Resch too, the chest trap, and then down to the foot and tries to make that turn, and it's just plowed into and hits the ground.
Elijah Vu then won the ball off number 7 for Goshen, Javier Enciso, and Enciso really reacted as if he was hit by the biggest man on the pitch, not one of the smallest. I didn't quite see that as he is now limping, but appears to be preparing to make a run. Rourke and Amir up the left side. Not Rourke's best effort there. And it rolls out for a goal kick to Goshen.
I think, honestly, he may have needed to play that ball just a touch earlier. It gave a little bit too much time for that Goshen back line to go back and break up that through ball.
I think Extreme was unmarked on the right side, too, as Vu catches back up to it and then is dispossessed. Another little bit of a weird play there, ends up in a goal kick to Lansing Common as the deflection came off the Goshen attacker. Kiska rolls this one over to Spence Powell.
I thought he was playing that ball.
I did too. He sold it really well.
Yeah.
Maybe just eating time. The referee doesn't seem concerned about the time delay as he's having a conversation with a Goshen midfielder. And Extreme on the ball now. Hits that one, and it's back to Goshen. Jack Heald mops it up. Damien back in game shape. Knocks a great ball over the top to Elijah Vu. On the ball, one-on-one in the corner. Defensive help coming. Goshen trying to play the 1-2, and there was nobody there. Lansing Common on it, and then knocks it out. Boy, really over-the-top physical play there from Keegan Troop.
Referee saying that's a throw-in, not a free kick.
Great ball into the corner by Damien. Extreme gets away from the defender. Ball goes out for a corner, I believe. Elijah Vu over the ball as Kevin Payne gets warmed up. Goes to Rourke Watterson up top of the box. He's going to knock it in with his left foot. A little too far, but keeper keeps it in. This is trouble. Oh my goodness, great work by Damien Adai. A bit of an obvious foul there from number 18. Keegan Troop. We're saying his name a lot and not for good reasons.
Yeah.
Replay on your screen here as Damien says, not today, sir. Ball just stops. You don't see that very often.
You know, all
Short
these
and simple.
fouls are so difficult sometimes. It just breaks up the game so much more. You really can't get any momentum if when you're getting fouled so often.
It's true, although I think that Lansing Common, as long as the guys don't get hurt and keep their heads, I imagine they probably don't mind that. A little bit of a mucked up game is a recipe for a draw, and that is just fine with the Robins.
Yeah, true. Oh. Damien Adai getting two-hand shoved
Well, if the
by
ref,
Javier Enciso.
if the ref had been paying attention, maybe he would have seen it. Unfortunately, he is locked in a riveting conversation with both of the Goshen players who are standing over this, getting ready to take this free kick.
Goshen City substitutions going in number 9, Pedro Dieguez.
Spencer Powell now sharing with the center referee what he missed.
Coming out number 18, Keegan Troop, and number 17, Eduardo Ferreira.
Center referee going over to the AR to ask what he missed. You know, this is going to mean something different if we get a result from it, but what a stupid game. Not an ideal game to have post-game be interrupted by 50,000 Lansing Pride revelers in Old Town, making it perhaps a little tricky for us to gather at Ozones after this one. I'm sure we'll find somewhere to go and talk about this one. Kiska going for his Academy Award there with that performance. Armbar goes uncalled by the officials. Rourke unable to move on the ball the way he wanted to, and Joey Farhad just loses control of this one out of bounds. Great tackle by Joey. Great work by Rourke and Elijah View, who is now wrestling with a Goshen defender. Keeper comes way off his line. Damien comes in for a header and appeared to re-injure whatever was bothering him in his lower leg. Kevin Payne's still getting warm, but not close to coming in. Great work by Damien, who's now lying on the turf, stretching himself out. That was an odd one. It appeared to strike Amir Shataya in the back or in the back of his head. Goshen calls for a handball, and the ref rewards them with a handball.
I'm interested to see if Rourke is going to lay underneath this wall like he so often does.
Not yet. Oh. Goal from number 22, Miguel Lorenzo, center back, who cleans up a big mess in the box there and finds the back of the net. You hear the Goshen traveling support, who needs this result quite badly, cheering that one, which would see them climb all the way up to second place in the standings. And that was probably, despite the oddity of this second half, probably a just result for the way this half has gone. The pitch has continued to be a little tilted in the way of Goshen. Certainly the way that goal was won was not a classic soccer goal, but well earned, I would say, by the way that the Goshen side have dominated possession in the second half and really the whole game.
I agree. It was a nice ball to the outside there, and then you have, you know, a few players fighting to get one of their body parts on it, and then when you're in the right place at the right time, you know, sometimes things just seem to work out that way. That's why it's so important to be ready in the box.
Yeah, a couple half clearances that just did not connect,
yep.
And there you have it. Rourke trying to win a header and almost does. A little bit of head tennis back and forth here.
Yeah, the ball's been in the air for quite a while now. Good work by Damien Adai.
Yeah, just playing within himself there, not feeling 100%, but able to win that one. Eli Simones ran full tilt into the back of Damien Adai and is now holding his chest. I don't think the training staff is equipped to deal with
Yeah, Damien just trying to shield that ball outwards and
doing great work. They are rewarded with a throw in for that.
That's unlucky, but
Corner earned by Goshen. Jackson Kiska rolls the ball back out. Briefly 2 balls on the pitch as Goshen was attempting to go fast. Ref says not so fast. Huge ball into the box, miss hit. Trying again.
that was a beautiful ball, too. He was wide open there.
Owen Rush is away. Jack Heel down in the corner. He's got options. Goes for Amir Shataya, who brings it down. Did not take a swing at that one, but played it over to Rourke Watterson, who gets into a collision. And ball goes out for, I believe, a goal kick and 2 Lansing Common subs.
Great job by Jack Heald on that, just being able to find his target so efficiently there.
Carter Hagan and Val Burlasino.
Number 24, Val Burlasenko.
Burlasenko. I'm blaming Brent Sorg's lineup on that. He was missing some letters.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what to say about that, as Ben Ken very nearly punched the ball into his own net. Missed the frame, punched it over his own goal line. Lansing Common corner.
We've got Amir Shataya taking this one instead of Elijah Vu.
Extreme taken down in the box, and the ref with some very theatrical arm signals to say no foul. Goshen really just threw away a dangerous attack there. Lansing almost gives it right back, but on the front foot once again as Joey Farhat had a man run in to foul him from about 20 yards away. Spence Powell got his head down, running back to get back to his position. Poor defending on that cross as Lansing Common just watched it sail over their heads, and then really great individual efforts to recover. Owen Rush, if he can win this one, he'll be in, and he can't.
Chasing down the keeper. You can really see the urgency from the Robins right now, especially because they know that, you know, Goshen will have to sort of kind of play to defend their win a little bit here.
I did speak a little bit too soon with my snark in the wake of Goshen's goal. Being down by a point would be still advantage to the Maple Leafs, as this is the only game they play against the Robins this year. And so finishing even in the standings, the tiebreaker would go to Goshen. Boys getting organized, coming back in on the attack. Rourke has the ball in space to maneuver. Sees Amir. Amir with a great individual effort, but not enough attackers in the box for him to make the cross dangerous there. A lot of ball watching in the midfield, unfortunately, on that one. Spencer Powell tracks back, wins the first ball, a foot race for the second. Amir Shataya clears it out. The third ball's won by Goshen. This one is out, and in an exchange like that, you see them both running full tilt at the ball. You hope that nobody slides or trips because that cement there is awfully close to the end of the field.
Yes, it is.
Jackson Kiska lines up his goal kick. Cross came in just a little bit off target for Extreme. He's not able to track back to it. A really poor clearance effort by the Goshen keeper, though.
Robbins did a nice job of switching the ball there.
Yes, indeed. Extreme unable to get much on it as he was running backwards, trying to get the header up, and there was nobody there to connect on the other end of it. As, Ben Ken will look to waste some time here. Head referee counting his seconds very slowly, but counting them nonetheless.
Maybe he was saying the Mississippis.
Jack Heald was in, nobody in the center of the box there to collect that. Really great work by Christian Trunk to force that bad effort wide. Really great work by Rourke Watterson to force that turnover. Lansing tries to rush the throw in, and the ref says there's 2 substitutions we need to make first.
That was a pretty nice possession, a pretty nice offensive sequence from the Robins, but you know, just falling short a little bit. So hopefully they can find these options a little bit better on the next attempt. Nice rollover there.
Rourke had space and finds Extreme down the right side. Extreme has options, surveys. Great work by Rourke to force the poor clearance directly out of bounds. Goshen coach plays his favorite second job of ball kid. Extreme gets it out of there over to Joey Farhat, finds Rourke. Rourke has time and space. Takes it. Amir over to Joey Farhat. Joey with the big ball, finds Extreme down in the corner. Extreme gets a little too cute and turns it over.
Extreme, you can tell, just really frustrated
Yeah.
by that, and I'm sure about kind of the miscues earlier. About 89 minutes right now. We'll see how much stoppage time we end up having here.
Fourth official indicated in the first half using his hand, using his fingers to show. Still don't know, 2 or 3 minutes of extra time. You would think there'd be more than 5 minutes in this one, but
Right.
only the officials know the answer to that one.
Well, if he goes for a high five, I think we'll know the answer.
Goshen coach is practically on the field asking the fourth official for how much time.
Robin's asking for their yards here.
That is a card under normal circumstances. I don't know why we allow the visitors to kick the ball there as we line up for a free kick.
Wow, I can't say I've seen that one before.
Ball's into the box. That was too far for Ben Ken. Extreme had it, but could not bring it down and directed it to the back of the net. Great work by Amir to win that, much to the chagrin of the Goshen fans. Christian Trunk unable to connect on the excellent through ball by Rourke Watterson, wins a corner. But boy, Goshen's keeper is looking a little bit anxious out there right now.
I'm sure this is the most the Robins have had on the attack in the past few minutes. The entire game here.
Amir up to Rourke, who's got time and space, works it in. Spencer Howe was ready to flick that in. Amir back on. Rourke unable to get there in time, but strangely Goshen just chooses to clear. 8 minutes of extra time ahead of us.
Wow.
About 6 of that left.
Quick restart.
I believe the free kick took less time to line up than the foul decision actually took, so that's a new one for me. Great ball in by Amir. Extreme heads it into danger, but nobody home. Goshen keeper falls down. Pushes his team ahead. Knocks it ahead of all of them. Lansing first on it. The header goes out, unfortunately. Goshen in no hurry to take this throw. And Amir Shataya is getting some attention for cramping. As the extra time clicks into the 94th.
Goshen's player juggling that ball before the throw-in.
It's never a bad time to get some extra touches. Referee awards a corner. Goshen is very deliberately walking into position for this one. Goshen sending 3 to the ball, as they will no doubt play this one very short. Or maybe fake it very short. Just 2 in the box for Goshen. There's the short one to the corner. Pushing and shoving earns a Lansing Common throw-in.
That's the only ideal thing that could happen in that scenario. Nice V cut by Shataya.
Yes, indeed. A little hip check pushes it out of bounds by Goshen. Lansing throw-in. Are there one or two more moments of brilliance in this one for the home squad.
Beautiful touch by Jed Blau.
Yes, indeed. Cleared out by Goshen. Rourke trying to win it. Amir with what could have been a very dangerous tackle. Rourke Watterson shoved to the ground. And the Goshen player now trying to run away with the ball. Jackson Kiska running up. Not sure what 16 is doing for Goshen. Continues to run back to the ball. Hayden Clark, that first substitution for Goshen early in the first. Rourke on the front foot. He's got help. Oh, blocked and cleared. Whistle from the center ref, who's not indicating what he's... He's apparently awarded a foul to Lansing Common. Sorg saying that should be a yellow card. About 2 minutes left in this one. The Goshen coach is very upset about something. I don't know how all these coaches saw exactly what happened. I was watching the ball myself. Well, how many times has that happened in this game, Scott? Amir stands over this one. That was a great ball curving right at the goal. Ball was knocking around in the box, out for a Lansing Common throw. Rourke gets the ball in, deflected. Amir puts it back in. Keeper covers it up, pushing the pace. Perhaps not. Center referee having none of these games.
Someone's got to get the second ball.
Not necessarily. Over to Rourke, who's settled into a winger position for the end of this one. He's got some help from Extreme.
Extreme
Chopped away. Extreme pulled down again.
Double teamed and pushed to the ground.
Amir armbar down. Lansing goes quickly. We'll now have a throw-in. Goshen's coach holding the ball away from Rourke Watterson as a Goshen fan screams about the clock at the referee. Back to Rourke. This one's deflected. Jackson Kiska on the ball. Goshen's coach urging his players forward, and the ref calls it. Well, what do you say about that, Michaela?
That is just an unfortunate ending for the Robins, especially looking to get their, revenge after last year, and you can just see two Lansing Common players right now just on the ground, exhausted.
No doubt, disappointing results. Can't say the way that one played out was much of a surprise. Each of these teams have a way that they like to play, and the one that dictated the run of play was probably going to come away with the result they wanted. Today, that was Goshen. Fortunate to come away from this one without any injuries. Yep. Fortunate to come away from this one without a single card shown to a Lansing Common player. And so hard fought 3 points for Goshen. And I hope they enjoy the rest of their time here in Lansing on Pride Weekend. That's all for us.